Hello everybody, my name is Cul Blu, and I am bringing you guys random podcast number 79. And guys, I know I haven't posted a video in a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and record things, but I will admit, it was not all entirely my fault. We were very busy with the Dota 2 Google Plus Community Cup, and that went awesomely. Things went more or less without a sitch, and well, we made it through. That was the first, officially the first tournament that I ever casted, or not casted, we threw. And say we because it wasn't just me, it was also some people in the, some members of the Dota 2 Google Plus community. And it was a good turnout. We had 31 teams registered, 17 actually showed up for the events, or by actually showed up I mean they actually paid all their dues before the tournament started. So I'd say that was a good, overall good event, and things were perfectly fine. As far as the prize pool, because that one did have items for prize pool, we had 50 items total. 50 items total. In the grand scheme of things, every team who was involved either submitted one mythical or 3 rares, and they can donate if they wanted to. We had some extra prizes thrown there from us, the admins. I threw in 2 rares and also threw in a courier for the community. Somebody else donated a mythical, and it was awesome stuff. The other admin, he gave the winning team 5 freaking awesome couriers, and it was awesome all around. So it really warms my heart to see that went through. Everything went well. So now all that's left is for me to go ahead and pay up the items, and we are definitely working on that. We got all the stats done. All we have to do now is just start the trades, or we'll post all the information so everybody knows who's where, and then we'll start the trades. So anyway, enough of all that. Let's go and talk about the game we have right here in front of our face. I know it's a random pubcast, but technically it's not a random pubcast because the team on Bloody Valentine, you guys have seen them before. They requested, Cul Blu, can you please cast this? And I was like, yeah, sure, just give me like 5 hours. And 5 hours later, they said, okay, Cul Blu, we're ready. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm casting for them. Not that I don't want to cast or anything, but it made me a little bit sad. Maybe just a smidgen sad.
10 seconds
because
remaining.
in the time that I was waiting, because I had some food, and I decided to like eat my food and then really quickly jump into like a game of Dota. I played some Lycan. It was pretty fun. I had fun. At least I think I had fun. And then I had to end the game before it was over. I was playing versus bot, so it wasn't that big of an issue. But anyway, this game is Bloody Valentines versus Team Gaggle Haters. Excuse me. Yeah, Bloody Valentine versus Team Gaggle Haters. And as far as the bans and picks go, we see the bans with a Pudge first ban, and we also see a Medusa first ban as well.
10 seconds
I'm not too terribly sure the thinking behind the Medusa ban. I would not have seen her picked up. Maybe these guys did some homework. Maybe they just reached to the players to see who plays what big person they're afraid of, and they just banned out Medusa. So they banned out the Medusa, they banned out the Pudge, so no Pudge mid, no Dindy Pudge, sadly. On the side of Team Gaggle Haters, we see the Alchemist ban and the Bristleback ban. And those bans are a little bit more or less standard. Bristleback, you probably usually see him in the second ban phase, but Bristle being banned out, he is a problem. He can become a problem if you don't contain the situation, and he usually just gets Vanguard, and then he transitions to his later items such as Basher, Sanjiash if you want to go for that kind of Bristle. He can also go for an AC, which really hurts, because Cool Spray's physical, and AC reduces your armor, which means physical damage hurts that much more, and it's not that fun. Very annoying thing to face against. But as far as the picks go, we see a Bloody Valentine sticking with the Ice Strat. They're going for the Lich and the Crystal Maiden. And also a Team Gaggle Haters. A very interesting pick so far. Chen, yeah, sure. First pick Chen, that's okay. Usually if you have some kind of strategy that you know you're going to go for, that you know that the enemy team has no chance of banning out. Like something like a carry Ricky. Something that's not standard or not usual or not expected. But the Disruptor plus the Chen pickup. Those things are, I mean, that's a pretty telling thing. It would seem that they're just either afraid of a Wisp, or maybe they just want to have as much control as they possibly can when teamfights do break out. They could be going for some AoE Wombo combo type strat on Team Gaggle Haters, and it does make me a little bit concerned, because when you do see the Wombo combo type things, if you don't get that Wombo combo strat off, then it usually doesn't do anything. It doesn't benefit your team at all. And speaking of benefiting your team, the Tinker's banned out as well on Team Gaggle Haters, and these bans, I will admit, are extremely throwing me for a loop. The Tinker ban. Tinker not necessarily played a whole bunch, and let me go and look up some resources really fast so I can do some extra analysis for you guys, because who doesn't want more details?
5 seconds remaining.
I'll go to the website Dota database, because they have some awesome information, and I like to use it as a source.
Time.
And they were also one of the sponsors for the tournament that's recently passed. So
Radiant team
I've grown a little bit accustomed to using stuff, and I want to see what they have to say about these bands. Because I really feel like Tinker should not have been banned at all. I didn't foresee him being picked. We got the Clockwork being banned on the side of Team Gabbo haters, and on the side of Bloody Valentine, they banned out the Nyx Assassin, so no roaming ganking, and they also banned out the Gyrocopter, so no super hard. I'm a powerful carry person. Luna is still in the pool though.
10 seconds remaining.
And Luna is still. I still think Luna is still the poor man's Gyrocopter. Like I still think Gyrocopter is a little bit better than Luna. But hey, guys, I'm just a commentator. Always the caster, not the never the player. We see a Spearbreaker going to be picked up on Team Gaggle Haters, and Undying followed up on Bloody Valentine in response. Spearbreaker tells me that these guys are going some uber aggro-aggressive type things. I don't even know what aggro-aggressive means, but it sounded right. So some extreme aggression coming out from Team Gaggle Haters. Bloody Valentine, they're going for some turtle type S-strat. Crucimating can be aggressive early, but Undying doesn't necessarily. Actually, no, Undying can be really aggressive early. Tombstone Decay. I didn't realize how much work it actually did, but it does do quite a bit of work. And the main reason is because people don't usually have that many spells, so they can't do much to escape the Tombstone. Even though the radius is very crappy at level 1 or level 2. If you just throw a few decays, get the zombies, get their bloodlust up, they just show up and they just chase them to the gates of hell, and they usually end up at the gates of hell. And by they, I mean the team that they were chasing. So all in all, I mean, standard picks on Bloody Valentine, some very interesting picks on Team Galway haters. I will say this much, they better do some work with Spearbreaker, because Spearbreaker versus Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage should theoretically win that late game. But if Spearbreaker gets a little bit too much farm, if he gets a really good mid game and just shuts down Anti-Mage, make sure he gets no Manta Style, no heart, no Manta Style, no heart, no BKB, no nothing like that, no Basher, no A-Blade. Then they can just easily shut down Bloody Valentine's side. Because Spearbreaker, he can't hit his stride earlier as a carry because he just charges around, and then everybody just finishes off the kills once he hit him. But the Undying pickup, it was a decent pickup. I can't say it's the best of pickups, and I do kind of see why Team Gaggle haters picked the Disruptor, because they wanted to deny it from Bloody Valentine. But then again, they could have just banned him out instead of banning the Tinker. So I don't know. All in all, Team Gaggle haters are going for that super strong gank. Shadow Fiend will probably be roaming around a little bit early. Spearbreaker, he's going to be charging all around the map. Chen pops up the jungle, kills somebody for free, and then walks away. And later on, just turns into a global healer. And Disruptor, he can do some really interesting ganks. He can just show it from one of the lanes, throws out his glimpse, pulls you right back into the worst spot possible, throws a kinetic field, thunder strike, and everybody else just finishes up the damage. So it's ought to be a very interesting strategy coming out from Team Gaggle haters, and I'm really concerned at Bloody Valentine as far as their sides. And it's not because the strategy is weird or anything, but it's because in the past, and this, keep in mind I'm talking like 2 months ago, the execution of Bloody Valentine has been a little bit low. And by low, what I mean is that their execution wasn't the greatest in the world. Then again, guys, I'm not the best player in the world, so I guess I can only judge based on the other teams I've seen, such as Navi, Alliance, just casually throwing out the big name, Sigma.
5 seconds.
But execution is going to be very important on Bloody Valentine, because right now they're forced into a strategy of 4 protect 1. Because they're going to need Anti-Mage to get as much farm as possible. And there's a nice Stalker coming out from Team Gaggle haters. They're looking to just gank. Crucimating is going to be dinner for everybody. Undying is going to be a saving grace early mid game. Lich is going to be a saving grace mid game, late game, and Anti-Mage should be the saving grace ultra late game. And the reason why Lich is the mid game, late game is because his ulti is going to do a lot of work when everybody starts clumping up. And Night Stalker, he gets tunnel vision a lot, and usually when he has tunnel vision, he might be next to a Spearbreaker, so that'll be a nice little ulti bouncing off right there on top of those two. And Chen versus Lich, oh my god, it's so annoying. Chen says, hey, I show up in the jungle, I have a bunch of creeps, I'm going to kill you. And Lich says, I got ult. Nope. Throws ult, it bounces on top of everything. Chen can't run away fast enough. Poor, whatever the name of the thing that he's riding, just can't move fast enough. And he usually dies in a very frosty fashion because of Lich ult. So Bloody Valentine taking their sweet time on his last pickup. Who they will be going for, they need a mid. Unless they want to run a Crystal Maiden or a Lich mid. and Crystal Maiden mid is weird. Lich mid doesn't really do anything. Lich can just flat out win his lane versus Night Stalker mid, which would be a nice thing. To just forego the mid lane. You're going to lose your mid lane. Let Night Stalker get a little bit of farm, but deny him some experience. So when the first night does hit, he's not as close to level 6 as he wants to be. We'll just have to wait and see what the last pick is going to be. Puck is still in the pool, but the silence from Night Stalker just hurts every single mid that could be picked up. I would like to see a Necrolite. I think that might work. A Necro mid, but then again, you got a Necrolite who needs farm, Anti-Mage who needs farm, and to some extent, you have an Undying who does need some farm as well. Taking a quick look at some statistics because Anti-Mage, I haven't seen him played in a while. I was going to check out the percentage that Anti-Mage has been banned and picked within the past week, I think. That's what the range of this data goes. He's been banned, wow.
10 seconds remaining.
He hasn't been banned a whole bunch, well, he's been banned a whole bunch in the last half of bans, but in the first half of bans, first pick, first ban, he hasn't really been picked. And Zeus is going to be a last pickup from Bloody Valentine, and guys, I must say, I do fear for the life of Bloody Valentine because Zeus, definitely not the best of most survivable of people. And once Night Stalker and Spiritbreaker start getting their stride on, start roaming around and killing everything, Shadow Fiend follow up the rises. You have Chen who can show up with the extra creeps to help kill Chen. It just might spell the doom of Bloody Valentine. And the connection between mid game and ultra late game, which is where they want the Anti-Mage to be, or which is where they want to make it, just stall as long as they can so Anti-Mage can get his farm. The gap between that is filled in with the Lich and Undying, and to be honest, if you silence an Undying as a Night Stalker, then Undying doesn't do anything anyway. He just stands there and stares at you. And Crystal Maiden, of course, is dinner for everybody who wants to kill him, but on the flip side of all of that, if Bloody Valentine can pull out and survive all these ganks, if they do turtle hard, they can basically just mitigate the fact that the Chen's on the map. They might lose a tower or two. They can also mitigate the fact that Spiritbreaker is there charging all over the place because Spiritbreaker ends up charging them on their tower, ends up diving way more than he wants to. And you can also, Shadow Fiend, maybe Shadow Fiend will just get those items to where he'll just become that dangerous. But even at that level, even in the mid game, Shadow Fiend doesn't really hit as hard as he can ultra late game, and it's gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be an interesting thing. That's all I gotta say. Shadow Fiend, he can become that super crazy right clicker. Night Stalker, he's gonna dive all over the map, and he'll probably be useless as far as damage goes once we hit towards that 30-minute mark. But Spiritbreaker, he'll always be there. His bash is always good, and if you can perma bash somebody, it's always helpful. So we're just waiting for these guys to finish one up, and while we do that, we have the whole entire Radiant side picked up. Starting off on the side of TGH, which is the Gaggle Haters. We see Bryn, on that Shadow Fiend. Moving on to Spiritbreaker, we see Sword Dog on him. On this Night Stalker, we see Fiend Jag on him. Moving on to Chen, we see Exalminator on Chen. And last but not least, on this Disruptor, we see Votela. Moving on to the side of Bloody Valentine, we see Nathan 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 on that Lich. On this Crystal Maiden, we see there's an Ivy. See, they know I'm watching. Hashtag Cul Blu, yeah. Okay, the chat's a little spectator chat. Anyway, moving on to this Crystal Maiden, we see Bloody Valentine JJ on Crystal Maiden. On this Zeus, we see Knight Yoshi on him. On this Anti-Mage, we see Magician. And last but not least, on this Undying, who will be here soon, we see Chip Daddy. And that ends out all the callouts on the whole entire map. So like I said before, the strategy coming up from Bloody Valentine is 4 Protect 1. And I think the weakest link in their lineup is between the Crystal Maiden and the Zeus. More so Zeus than Crystal Maiden, because the damage coming out from middle lane, they're going to need that in these pending fights. And if the mid lane does die like 2 or 3 times versus whoever he goes through, through Shadow Fiend or through Night Stalker, then it's not going to be enough, and it's really going to hurt everybody. It's really going to hurt everybody on the team if either one of those two people get a good, nice little snowball, or get the snowball rolling. And that's Night Stalker and Shadow Fiend, of course, on TGH's side. So Zeus, yeah, Zeus is more of a weaker link to me than Curse of Maiden, because we all expect Curse of Maiden to die a lot. I mean, that's the nature of her hero. She's really good for the regen coming up from everything, and oh, they're promoting my stuff. Cool. Sweet. People talking, and we're just waiting for this last person to go up, and I wish they would start playing so they can stop saying, hey, CulBlu this, CulBlu that. I'm a celebrity, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm famous. So we're going to bring up the license to the knives, and while we continue to wait for these guys to jump on in, the strategy on the side of TGH, like I said, is going to be all gank all day long. I'm assuming Shadow Fiend is going to be either going safe lane or mid. Highly likely he's going to be going safe lane, because these, I would imagine TGH really want Night Stalker to get his levels fast, so he can just start being a nuisance in the nighttime. Has Spearbreaker running the off lane all by his lonesome, he should be fine, and then once the nighttime does happen, Spearbreaker just instantly charging all over the map. Disruptor should be able to handle that lane by himself, and Chen will be able to help out everybody else down the bottom. So yeah, they're still saying things. It's like a 2-minute delay between me and them, so I can't really message them back saying, oh, hey, hi, and this, that, and the other, because it'll be way late. But like, really, the damage, to me, the damage on TGH is all going to come from the Shadow Fiend and the Spearbreaker. Those are going to be the two big people, because Shadow Fiend is going to have the right click necessary to just wipe Zeus off the map with like 3 hits, possibly. Same thing for Crystal Maiden, same thing for Lich. They're going to be able to kill all those. Spearbreaker, he's going to be able to permabash Anti-Mage, presumably, without having to rely on the fact that he has, or having to rely on the fact that he has mana.
Now where were we?
There we go. We got everybody fully up in the map, so it's going to be a very difficult game for Bloody Battle. It's going to be uphill battle. They're going to need to make sure they don't lose too much in the mid game, because Anti-Mage is going to need to have room to actually kill Spearbreaker before he can just permabash on to death. And that's going to be Anti-Mage's, by far, Anti-Mage's biggest challenge, is getting around the Spearbreaker. Night Stalker is going to be beefy as crap, so he's going to have a lot of HP. Shadow Fiend shouldn't be that big of an issue. Just hit him a few times and he'll probably die, because he's a very fragile hero. And Chen, his ulti, I mean, it's going to be a nuisance, sure. But at the end of the day, it's all going to boil down to how fed Spearbreaker gets. And you guys see right there, oh my gosh, I can do this. Sorry. My apologies if your eyes are hurting. And there we go. Alright, so the game is underway. We finally did have our Undying show up. He is Chip Daddy, going to be hanging out on top of the Crystal Maiden. And we got a primary farmer. Oh, ooh, wrong button. Totally just hit the wrong button. My apologies, guys. I'm jumping back to this game. But we have an Undying who looks like he's going to be a primary farmer, which to me makes sense to have him as somebody who's going to need to get farmed, because him and Lich are going to need to be the most important people in this mid game. Anti-Mage is going to need all the farm he possibly can get. Having him in the off lane, he's probably not going to get as much farm as he wants. Actually, no, he's coming top lane. Never mind. Yeah, having him in the off lane, he's probably not going to have as much farm as he wants. Actually, he's going to have no farm down here, and I automatically do not like this build. Coming out from Anti-Mage. In my honest opinion, if Anti-Mage is looking to get last hits down in his off lane, he needs to go for the Stout Shield plus the double tangos, because he's not really gonna have the luxury of getting some extra damage on creeps, and it's really gonna be a big hassle for him to actually get much. But in his top lane, I do like the top lane combination, and the main reason is because Lich can deny the creeps and just keep Spearbreaker from getting too much XP. And also Undying, if he can get a 2-man Decayed, Crystal Maiden can just turn on the switch, start the aggression, and these guys can go for easy kills all day long. So Undying waiting for his next Decay. Crystal Maiden takes some damage already. Double Decay. No, only 2 Decays going towards Undying. No double Decay just yet. But so far, Lich, he doesn't have his deny. He actually went for Frost Blast first. This is one of those cases where I say Lich really needed to go ahead and go for the sacrifice. He could have went for his, he could have just held on to the point, and then maybe procs one after the other or something. I don't really know. But to be honest, if he would have done that, yeah, just go for Frost Blast. So, okay. Sound decisions coming out from Lich. But in order for their tri-lane to become successful, they need to get the kill. Or sorry, no, they need to get the deny so they can actually have the XP to spread around. Meanwhile, down bottom, Magician is doing a good job of handling that Night Stalker. Just say no, bro. You just back up. You ain't got no mana now. What you gonna do? And Undying does have a void left in his arsenal, so he can drop he can drop about one of those. By the time he gets to it, he'll probably drop two. But Magician, so far so good. He has his blink. He has double points or 2 points out of his mana break, and that's really hurting Undying right now. Or not Undying, hurting Night Stalker. Moving on to mid, how well is Zeus doing? Because like I said before, guys, this whole entire game is going to be on the balance. It's going to be on the balance, and Zeus is going to be the thing that either tips it in the favor of Bloody Valentine or tips it out of favor of into the favor of TGH. And so far, he's doing really well. His last hits are actually excellent. Stop with the denies come out from Zeus, but their last hits are actually on par with each other. Just Shadow Fiend has more denies, which is actually a little bit bad for Zeus because Shadow Fiend does get 1 more damage per deny he gets, essentially. So I guess technically, to some extent, Zeus is yeah, he's pretty much completely even. I think it'd be fair to say that. And up top we got the double Frost people. We got the Crystal Maiden with that Frost Nova. And we also have Lich with his different version of Frost Nova called Frost Blast. They're just having a ball. Make sure Spearbreaker doesn't have the best of times. Disruptor can't do anything but throw some thunderclaps. That's really about it. Meanwhile in the jungle we have Examiner. Oh wow. Examir on that Chen. No creeps dominated just yet. Yeah, he went for domination, but looks like he lost his creep already. He's going to be able to dominate this troll, dominates the troll, and goes for a casual kill on top of all those things. So, all in all, everybody's farming, a little bit chilling going on. Undying trying to get a little bit aggressive, going for the tombstone already. I think he should have saved it and pushed it back a little bit further, but Spirit Breaker should be able to make out of this one. Not enough damage done to him to make the tombstone do too terribly much. Meanwhile, down bottom, we have Anti-Mage, just Magician being a bully in his lane, saying, bro, I got this. And to me, to be honest, what they really need to do on TGH's side is just leave Spirit Breaker up top all alone to his own devices. He should be fine because there's really nothing to stop him from charging. You have Frostbite from Crystal Maiden. You also have the Frost Blast from Lich. Sure, but Spirit Breaker should. There's no excuse for Spirit Breaker not to be able to survive. And put Disruptor down bottom with the Night Stalker to babysit, because Anti-Mage is getting way too much room all by himself, and this could definitely be mitigated if we just have one rotation come out. And we also have Chen in the jungle, which I'm not too sure what he's been doing. No ganks coming on yet, but he does have a Smoke of Deceit. And up top, we got a kill coming towards the Disruptor. One more right click's all I need, and Crystal Maiden does get it.
Already icing over.
Spirit Breaker charge, and he did cancel by the looks of it. He is gonna they're gonna hang out. But really, this top lane is a little bit too much for these guys to handle. Like I said before, this is a sustainable thing because they have the deny from Lich. Everybody getting some free XP, denying the XP coming out from on Spirit Breaker, and yeah, really, I mean, all in all, Bloody Valentine are in a better position because TGH haven't really adjusted to what Bloody Valentine are throwing at them, and it's working out perfectly because, like I said, Anti-Mage having all the room to farm down bottom, and that should not be happening, theoretically speaking.
Radiant's bottom tower has a nasty situation.
Shadow Fiend power trades are completely finished. We have Knight Yoshi on that Zeus in mid, handling his own, saying, "Cul Blu, I got this. Chill the explicit word out, bro." Meanwhile, then Dying Tombstone does go through, pushing it forward a little bit. Looks like they're trying to get aggressive on top of Spirit Breaker or maybe Disruptor. And all is fine. All is fine so far. Taking a look at the last hit. Shadow Fiend 23 last hit. Spirit Breaker charged on forward. Gonna go for the kill on top of someone. He's gonna try to go on Undying. Undying decays and turn around, casually slaps him in the face. Not enough damage to kill him just yet. And really, that was just more so a case of they needed a TP support. And speaking of TP support, we got Anti-Mage found himself a Chen. His ulti is up, so he needs to go and pop it. Does get silenced up by Night Stalker. That's going to last for a whole entire 8 seconds. Shadow Fiend shows up. Zeus ulti does fly. Not enough to kill Chen. Chen's still surviving. And that was, yeah, that was just, you know, a bad play coming out from Anti-Mage. Need to pop that ulti a little bit sooner. Zeus ulti would have been enough to finish off the Chen had the extra damage been there. But sadly, it was not. And they'll try for it next time around. But Anti-Mage going down, Chen staying alive, going to continue farming. It's going to be really good for Chen because he can build on whatever the heck he wants. It's going to be really bad, of course, for Anti-Mage because Anti-Mage now has to go back, or he's not farming right now. Shadow Fiend is around the corner, and Biz Rune is up on him. Bryn looking for an angle to get in. I hope he doesn't try to go for Undying because that is too terrible of a target. Bryn just casually walks on by, Invis Rune intact. Sword Dog on that Spirit Breaker, waiting for his perfect moment to charge in. And we just got to purchase up Earn the Shadows on Night Stalker, so he's looking to roam around and gank here very soon. Level 6, nighttime did happen at 4 minutes, and he did have his ulti. I want to say maybe a minute after nighttime happened. And he popped his ulti when Anti-Mage died, because that's ulti was on Anti-Mage. Meanwhile, up top we got a dive coming on. We got the Disruptor going to be going down. These guys do charge in. Shadow Fiend does show up as well. Anti-Mage is going to take a few right clicks, but he's fine. He should be able to blink out, and Undying is going to keep going for it. Anti-Mage blinks in, gets a right click. Ulti falls on top of Spirit Breaker, and there goes a dead Spirit Breaker. Shadow Fiend raise does kill Anti-Mage, and now Shadow Fiend should be going down here to a few right clicks. Lich just needs one more Frost Blast. He's not going to be able to get it, but Zeus just casually ultis and gets the kill on top of Shadow Fiend. Like I said before, guys, during the draft phase, Shadow Fiend is a very fragile person. So you can't really have those fights where. Oh man! Now speaking of fights, we got Chen caught in the worst spot possible. And he's going to use his Sator to stomp, but his Sator's actually out of mana. He did stomp already. Undying just casually healing himself and killing the other person. Lich claims that kill, and here comes the gold coming towards whoever wants to claim it. You know, on that Yoshi on that Zeus just casually roaming on with his pals. They're going to be roaming at the top. The Centaur Conqueror does not have vision of that. That's going to hurt. It's really going to hurt this Disruptor because he's a sitting duck right now. Speaking of sitting ducks, he's going to be a dead duck here very soon. But speaking also of dead ducks, down bottom we got a casual kill from Night Stalker on top of Anti-Mage. So silence into avoided by the looks of it. Meanwhile, we got Zeus taking a little bit of damage. The Disruptor did not go down as fast as I thought he was going to go, but he's still alive. He should be going down here very soon because Night Stalker does have a tombstone. Casual kill from Night Stalker on top of Disruptor. That's an easy kill, easy game, easy life, easy rares. And all in all, a Disruptor for an Anti-Mage technically still a more favorable chain for TGH. Especially considering the fact that Bloody Valentine have all their people up top, which means that nobody's really following mid. You have somebody pushing mid on the side of TGH. Nobody's protecting down bottom, so you have Night Stalker getting some free damage on top of that tower. But you will be seeing a Spirit Breaker die here. Spirit Breaker should just charge into another lane. He did decide to stay and try to charge on top of Undying. Big mistake. He does lose his life as a result. But as a Spirit Breaker, you can easily just charge down bottom or charge down to another lane, so you can charge out of trouble. Anywhere you see a creep, just charge it, so you can run out of there. Instead of turning around and try to charge the enemy, because the enemy is there to kill you, and they're gonna kill you. Speaking of killing you, we got Nathan. One more right click away from dying from that tower. Mid, Shadow Fiend. He has all his points inside of things that are important, so he should be fine. Zeus is going to actually throw a few pieces of damage. This ulti from Zeus does fly out, just not enough to kill the Shadow Fiend. Very close though. Shadow Fiend sitting on 34 HP, and I want to say he tread switch, but I'm not too terribly sure. You know, oh no, up top, I see a lot of damage coming towards Disruptor. Looks like it was just a Crystal Maiden with a Frostbite plus Nova. All by her lonesome, holding the lane for her own. And speaking of all by her lonesome, Zeus is up here. Zeus sees the Disruptor's low. One Lightning Bolt is going to kill him. Lightning Bolt, no. We got a Zap, we got a Lightning Bolt coming soon. Spirit Breaker, no ulti just yet. Zeus is going to be going down. This should give Spirit Breaker level 5. Actually, no, level 6, wow. This game level 6. Meanwhile, down bottom, we got Undying. He is diving on top of this Chen, who's actually not behind the towers, but not technically a dive. Chen does go down. And we got Night Stalker just completely abandoning the cause.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So like I said before, Bloody Valentine's lineup is going to all come down to execution because they're really going to need Zeus. They're really going to need Zeus to hold his own in this mid-game, which is where we're heading to right now. Just to stall long enough for Magician on that Anti-Mage to get all the fun that he needs so he can become that scary carry. And by the looks of it, Anti-Mage is holding his own, Zeus is definitely holding his own. The whole entire rotations coming up from TGH are not there, and Bloody Valentine have the better position because their lanes are just make a little bit more sense. Now we got the lane pulled as well. Anti-Mage is going to go ahead and blink out. We got the fight going to be happening around the corner. Chen did throw out the pendants, but it doesn't really matter. Night Stalker has no mana right now, trying to do something. Going to get TP back to base by Chen, and now Chen is going to be the target. Anti-Mage is looking for that Chen, trying to find him. He's a little bit too fast. 4 legs are better than 2. Anti-Mage says, bro, I got blink. Let's kill this fool. And we also got a zombie coming out here. So zombie says no legs are better than all, and Chen should be dying here very casually. A very slow death, very slow and painful death. And oh man, Zeus, what a jerk. Just casually claiming the kill.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Meanwhile, we have a Shadow Fiend shows up. Undying did pop that ulti. Shadow Fiend should be able to make it out alive. And what do I have open? Jeez.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Is it really my browser?
Radiant's bottom
Firefox.
tower is gone with the wind.
I got Firefox running in the background. That's what it was. This is a little bit better. Still laggy on my part. I know it's laggy for you guys watching, but hey, this is the awesome qual. Actually, no. Wow, Firefox really slowed my computer down that much. Closing Firefox.
Radiant's
That
middle
helps.
tower is
Chrome
under
is still open
attack.
with all its tabs. It's all fine. Let's go and take a look at the items so we can see who's doing what and how they're doing. Night Stalker working on phase boots, one piece away from that. Chen working on a mechanism. It's gonna take him a long while before he gets it. Actually, up top we got Spirit Breaker getting caught with the Frostbite plus the Frost Blast. Coming for everybody. He makes it out alive. Could have potentially charged somewhere else just to make sure he made it out safe, but he just casually swags on the way. And speaking of swagging on the way, we got Shadow Swag mid taking a whole bunch of damage. Zeus ulti is up in 14 seconds. Will he be able to kill Shadow Fiend with just one drop of the ulti? The question is, what level is he? And Zeus is only level 10. That's not going to be enough damage to kill Shadow Fiend, sadly, because his ulti only hits for like 200. There goes Shadow Fiend. Ulti flash from Zeus. Shadow Fiend way too much HP regened up. And Zeus, not Yoshi, just casually farming. Meanwhile, down bottom, Chen along with his Wildkin buddy, running away from an Anti-Mage who is looking for blood, but he will not be able to find it here today.
Attack.
Speaking of people looking for blood, Night Stalker looking for something. I think he needs to go ahead and look for those last pieces of space, but they're gonna find Zeus. Throws out the void. Excuse, throws out the void. Throws out a silence. Zeus can't really do anything anyway. Really needs a force staff. He is working on one. But it looks like he will be losing his life here very soon. Zeus is going to turn around, throw a little bit of damage. Nope, no damage coming out. Night Stalker is going to continue to run away. Undying shows up. Tombstone flies. Should have stayed there for a little bit for a later date. Anti-Mage comes forward. Gets a little bit of damage. Undying ulti comes on out. Not a big deal. Pretty much all the stuff on Undying has a reasonable cooldown. It's not too terribly long, but it looks like if these guys do want to dive back, that'll be a horrible thing because Tombstone is still up. It's up for a whole entire 12 seconds. And if they do push forward far enough and let Tombstone become effective, that would be a huge blunder on TGH's side. So it looks like they're going to push into it. Night Stalker going to try to get some right clicks on top of Undying. Shows up, gets to decay on top of one person. Tombstone falls. Lich ulti going to bounce around. This is not what they wanted to happen. That's going to be bounced on top of a few people. And Chen is also here with the creeps. It bounced towards Chen. It bounced towards Night Stalker. Night Stalker is going to be the final one to eat that ulti. Meanwhile, speaking of eating things, we got a Undying saying, Shadow Fiend, you better eat this damage. And Shadow Fiend does eat the damage. And now we got a Wildkin in the middle, just claiming all the gold. Zeus ulti does fly, Anti-Mage taking a whole bunch of damage, Bloody Magician does survive, but the Night Stalker does not, and ironically dies to the Crystal Maiden, who, like I said before, is probably going to be food for Night Stalker and Spirit Breaker, but not necessarily when the charges, they're not really there. Night Stalker not really diving effectively, and his item build is fine. He finally has his phase boots, but it's about 5 minutes too late, in my honest opinion. Earn the Shadow Space Boots. The effectiveness of Night Stalker is not really all that heavy right now. Mainly because Anti-Mage has more than enough farm to contest with these guys. He doesn't have a battle fairy, but he's close to it. Meanwhile, Chen just casually dies to the Undying, who did do a nice little soul rip. Shadow Fiend going to back away. Middle tower going to be getting killed by Crystal Maiden plus a Lich. Looks like the siege creep does claim it, so Party getting a balls. Zeus lightning bolt does get a kill, a casual kill on top of that Disruptor. Easy kill, easy game, easy life, easy rares. I think that's the second time I said that phrase. But all in all, the rotations, like I said, were not there from TGH. They really needed Disruptor down bottom to make sure Anti-Mage didn't get as much as he did. And here we are at this awkward moment in the game where Anti-Mage has everything he wants. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden does get charged. Spirit Breaker does get that kill. He is level 6. He can't pop that ulti, but he is going to go ahead and just walk all the way. Trying to make it alive. Shadow Fiend ulti does catch all the damage on top of Undying. But luckily Undying does have some extra stats, has some extra armor, also has some extra life still. And Night Stalker forgot what side he was on. Does try to run towards the dire fountain. Not going to be able to get there. Spirit Breaker ulti does fly through. Zeus just casually kills Spirit Breaker right before it happens. It gets a double kill on top of Chen. That's a triple kill for Zeus. Triple kill for Zeus. That's the second time he killed Chen too. Actually, no, it was Disruptor the first time. This time it was Chen. Yeah, a casual triple kill for Zeus. Ulti from Disruptor does fly through. Goes for the man fight. Lich is going to win it because he has the right clicks. Raise from Shadow Fiend does kill the Lich. And I want to say that's his second death. No, that's his first death. Wow. Lich's first death this game. Taking a look at the rest of the items. What do we see? This division. The rest of the items, we see Shadow Fiend working on a Shadow Blade. Anti-Mage close to that Battle Fury. He should be one piece away by this point in time. Actually, no, he's actually 2 pieces away. Crystal Maiden has the mechanism which gives her the stats, the armor, and also ability to give everybody that burst heal whenever they do go for the pushes. Zeus, very, very, very close to that Agni-Scepter, just one piece away. And Undying has more than what he wants, or more than he needs to actually kill Chen all by his lonesome. The Tombstone does fly out. I think that Decay, or that Soul Rip was a little bit too premature. And speaking of things that are premature, Crystal Maiden does go down, got caught in the jungle trying to ward. She does get this ward off, that's really about it. Hey, that's kind of cool. This courier floats. Look at it. It's awesome. It's the Eye of the Thunder Keg. I'm assuming, I don't know who that is.
Top tower
I'm assuming Ember Spirit has a ward now? Is that what that is? When Zeus ulti does fly, they do catch vision of the people on the high ground. And Night Stalker just melting as soon as they show up. A lot of damage coming out from Zeus, and now we got Spirit Breaker on the run. A lot of HP getting lost because these people. And we got Lich ulti bouncing around, doing all kinds of work. Hitting one, hitting two, double kill for Lich, double kill for Zeus. No triple kills just yet, but Chen is going to be next, and Anti-Mage wants to get the kill. Right click, and ulti. Dead. Chen is dead. GG once again coming out from Night Stalker. And this is an Anti-Mage without a Battle Fury. Actually, this is Anti-Mage without a Manta style, because Battle Fury is just for farming. The GGs do come out, the game does end, because this is team matchmaking, and that's the end of the game, guys. So Bloody Valentine claiming the victory in this match, doing an excellent job with the execution, saying Cul Blu, screw all your doubts, we know what we do, we know what we doesn't, with that exact wording. And that's it for this. My name's Cul Blu. I just brought you guys this game, team matchmaking, random pubcast, yeah, but technically I know the people. But team matchmaking, TGH, or the Gaggle Haters versus Bloody Valentine. Bloody Valentine claimed the victory, 24-9, and they also just dominated all around. The rotations coming out from TGH were just not there. That's really what sealed the deal for them. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys whenever.